For this episode, we will be going over the history of one of the World Warriors that seems to keep having small cameos throughout the Street Fighter series. He has become a backstory character that has connections to a few characters from game to game. The excommunicated Shirenji Kempo instructor, Retsu. So, let's get into it. Street Fighter. Retsu has a fiery disposition due to his propensity for conflict and his ongoing difficulties leading a monastic life. Occasionally, in an attempt to cope with his troubles, he would go out and fight on the streets. Retsu is ultimately banished from the temple when this is observed, and he is also found to have used prohibited methods. During his travels, Retsu encounters Guken and stays with him. After they become friends, he witnesses a young Ryu practicing and realizes the youngster is skilled. But after meeting a young Ryu, he decided to alter his ways, and he now leads an austere martial arts life. Retsu accepts when Guken asks whether he can find his sibling while traveling. After agreeing to locate Akuma for Guken, Retsu set out to find him, but upon arriving in Tokyo, he discovered that Akuma lacked a postal address. When he goes to a village to question other fighters about him, he is greeted with tales of Akuma being the devil brought down to earth and a malevolent demon sent down from heaven to torment mankind. They call him a master of pain and death who has killed men, women, and even children. Akuma is an inhumane killer of the highest caliber who takes great pleasure in consigning souls to hell. Retsu informs Guken of everything and advises him to move on from it. Soon later, he departs to embark on his new journey as a warrior. Later on, Retsu runs across Dawson and they start sparring, eventually becoming close friends. He had the chance to encounter the fabled Hanagoro during his journey. He finds out about the recluse and the years he spent learning senjutsu, and he continues to pursue the austere martial arts path in an effort to exceed Aura. Street Fighter. Later on in the story, Retsu runs across the now 23-year-old Ryu, challenges him to a spar to see how good he is, and Ryu wins. The two go to eat, introducing Ryu to Japanese candies, and they chat about how Ryu's upbringing was before he left, and how strong he had always been as a child. Once done, the two go off their separate ways on their path of a warrior. Street Fighter Alpha 2. Not long after, Retsu meets Dan Ibiki. He is at his dojo. Observing that his style resembles that of Guken and Ryu, Retsu decides to give it a try. Dan accepts with confidence, but Retsu decisively defeats him. He is dissatisfied with Dan's lack of competence and all talk. After taking this meaningless victory, he moves on to the next task in his quest. Street Fighter 6. Retsu encounters the Avatar many years later and receives a challenge to a sparring battle. Following the bout, he sends his best regards to the up-and-coming boxer and proceeds to watch more bouts at the Macho Ring. Following the matches, Ryu and Dan Ibiki, who are also volunteers at a Japanese festival event, meet him after he gets dressed. Sakura, Kei, and Maki attended the festival as spectators to support the three men's performances. And that's all the information I could find on Retsu from the main game time frame. This character's obscure past demonstrates that people weren't unaware of him. Furthermore, he nearly made his playable debut in Capcom Fighting Evolution, which also happens to be one of the first games outside of Street Fighter he was considered. To see him playable in another Street Fighter game would be awesome. Until next time, Warriors.